What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Imagine having no friends at all. This is Kamala Harris. It is the San Francisco Chronicle, her hometown newspaper, where she literally lives, right? Kamala Harris, like, lives in San Francisco. Trumped. This is it's like a fan fiction, really. It's like, you really can't, I mean, I can't express to you how excited I am for this. Frame it, please. Frame it. Can I order a commemorative edition? I want to frame it now. I want to put it in the studio. I want to liquefy it and inject it directly into my veins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so freaking beautiful. It's been a bad week for the frauds who brought us Kamala Harris. Of course, Nancy Pelosi is one of those frauds. You remember that time that Nancy Pelosi was supposed to cheer for Joe Biden at the DNC convention? Yeah. Oh, does she really look like she loves Joe? Huh? Look at that look. Oh, my God. Ooh. Yeah, well, now look what Nancy Pelosi looks like. Nancy Pelosi is sobbing and crying. This is a photo from the concession speech after a absolute and total slaughterhouse of an election. Country goes red. Donald Trump by 5 million votes in the popular vote, 312 in the Electoral College, winning every single swing state. And here's what Nancy has to say about it.
Pelosi, how are you feeling today?
I'm so inspired by the Vice President's speech. She has showed so much strength throughout all of this, including today. Of course, I'm very disappointed.
And another 4 years of Donald Trump?
I don't want to even talk about him today.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Blue-hoo. Look at Pelosi. And look at Biden. Oh, no. This guy's all grins. Yeah, Joe Biden knows, man. Joe Biden knows. Nancy Pelosi was screaming, getting into meltdowns during all this. It's all a disaster right now, and Nancy Pelosi is knifing Joe Biden again, saying it's all Biden's fault, right? Oh, man, dude. I hope Joe Biden has recordings. I hope Joe Biden has the recordings of what actually happened. I hope that you just had something, like, tell your story. Jill, I'll buy your book. Here we go. Jill Biden, why don't you tell me the true story about what actually happened behind the scenes, name names, burn them all to the ground, and I'll buy your book. Okay? How about that? Easy peasy. Because all the Ukraine money, it's all coming to a stop, right? All the dirty Russian money, it's all coming to an end. The ladies of The View have been on a hysterical rampage, of course. It's been a bad week for liberal women on TV. Meghan McCain rips The View for liberal bias as co-host lashes out at voters over Trump victory. Pretty interesting. Meghan McCain was on The View, and she posted, "It is actual malfeasance and part of ABC News that there isn't a single conservative on The View this morning who voted for Trump simply isn't repulsed by his supporters in America." She posted on X. McCain, who used to be the lone conservative, I mean, if you can even like call her that, I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, did she vote for Trump? Look at this. But I got to tell you, I reposted this. You're right. Like, way to go. Go in. Meghan McCain was on The View for years. Respectfully, please stop sending me clips of The View. It's a radical, progressive, insane asylum, and that is why I left years ago. You know what? Good job telling the truth, lady. You know? Good job. It's crazy. Meghan McCain has been spitting some fire, actually. For all the talk about elevating people to positions of power on the left, it's Trump who just named the first ever woman White House chief of staff. Going to be any girl bosses articles about her? I love the gloves off. Meghan McCain. Yeah, The View has been literally melting down, having to apologize, actually, on air for calling white women uneducated, unpacking Donald Trump's victory. The View having Sunny Hosen, of course, who should not be allowed on TV because she is a vicious and vile racist and race hustler. And I can prove that, actually. I can prove it. Before I play you these meltdowns, just very important bit of history here. So it's this lady on The View named Sunny Hosen who was so enraged that Donald Trump was talking about Kamala Harris's heritage. Yet she made fun of Nikki Haley's heritage. So it really doesn't matter if somebody does that. It just matters what party they represent. These are the kind of like vicious sociopaths that you cannot have on the program. At the very least, be intellectually consistent. We're intellectually consistent on this show. I go in, dude, I go hard against Paul Ryan, Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell, Republicans. Just because you have a Republican at the end of your name, I actually hold you to a higher standard because it hurts more when you betray your party and your principles. So yeah, we go after plenty of Republicans on this show. Find me a clip of Sunny Hosen or any View lady criticizing a Democrat. Find me a single clip of that. Huh?
Haley's gone by Nikki since she was a child. It's documented in high school. I wouldn't be shocked that as an Indian woman growing up in South Carolina at that time, she actually did to avoid prejudice. So I just want to be careful about critiquing her for going by the name.
There's some of us that can be chameleons and decide not to embrace our ethnicity so that we can pass.
Honey, I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. Necessary. You know, I think if she leaned into...
A ton of people don't go by their color.
Wait, serious. I think to question someone's racial identity, especially him, the bar has fallen so low.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like, can we just take the View off the air? Okay, here we go. Sunny Hosen blames uneducated white women for costing Harris a win. Just insulting. A lot of Dems willfully refuse to accept that people are more complicated than their race and sex. Makes us dumber. Why did uneducated white women vote against the reproductive freedom, Sunny asked? Wrong question. People are tired of being told that their immutable characteristics obligate them to vote for you. Tired of being told they're too dumb to know what's going on for them. The View should be taken off the air. Here we go.
Well, I want to dig further into the demographics because black women tried to save this country again last night. 92% of black women voted for the vice president. You have Latinas in the 70 percentile voting for the vice president. What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually, voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right.
So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms? And why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport, says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this race.
We have to look at the demographics of it.
The meltdown continues, by the way. And we are on day 3 of these meltdowns. And, you know, they learn absolutely nothing on The View, by the way. They've been having to apologize. It's always the same people too. It's this Sunny Hosen. I don't even know if that's how you say your name. I don't think I've been saying Camilla's name right this entire election, but whatever. Listen to this like literal hate screed.
I disagree.
All right.
I think that I'd like to reframe the conversation. I think Bernie Sanders is wrong. I think the more relevant question actually is what is wrong with America? I think what is wrong with our country that the Republican Party would choose as a candidate and support a candidate who is an insurrectionist, who is an election denier, who is someone who is twice impeached, 34-time convicted felon, someone who has been accused of alleged sexual misconduct by 26 women, found liable for sexual abuse. What is wrong with this country that they would choose a message of divisiveness, of xenophobia, of racism, of misogyny over a message of inclusiveness, a message for the people, by the people, of the people. That is what the problem is. It's the Republican Party.
But can I say something before we can do a second? The Democrats are the ones. They are the party that cares for the blue collar voter. The Democrats are the ones who put in Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, union protection,
ACA,
unemployment insurance, and Obamacare. The Republican Party doesn't give a rat's patootie about it.
Well, clearly they didn't convince the voters of
So all I can deduce is that it's the messaging. It didn't get through to people. They're not paying attention. That's all.
Yeah,
because the Democrats have always been for the working people.
Exactly. And the Republicans don't care about it.
I think the message of the Democrats sounded elitist. You don't have value in the society.
They
if you don't have a
sounded
college
that way,
degree.
but when you look at the proof,
yeah,
they weren't.
but Joy, it's condescending. It's condescending. There is a
condescending.
The way that the left speaks to its voters. It really is.
A message of joy and inclusiveness?
No, the message of not being educated, being dumb, and what's wrong with America.
Who said that?
Sonny just did.
What is wrong with America?
My point here is that
that's not what Kamala Harris said.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
My point is, I don't blame Joe Biden. I don't blame Kamala Harris. Go back as far as you want. I blame a messaging within the Democratic Party.
You don't blame the Republican Party
Can I just finish my point, please? I obviously have a problem. Anyone has a problem with Donald Trump. The bigger question should be, yes, Sonny, why did they vote for him?
Yes.
In sweeping...
So they need to be introspective.
No. We need to be introspective. If we voted for Kamala Harris, we need to say what didn't resonate with the voters. Do you know what didn't resonate with the voters? When they were saying we don't feel safe and the left focused on defund the police and bail reform.
Yeah.
When they said we're worrying about... Can I just finish? Let me just finish real quickly. When they were focused on renaming...
It's only an hour show, ladies.
Joy, when they were focused on renaming school...
Like, why would anybody watch this? Why would anybody sign up and say, yeah, this is totally how I'm going to spend my afternoon? What is wrong with people? I need to check the ratings. Do people actually watch The View? The View ladies are losing their minds on air, yelling at each other and screaming. It's so much fun.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not
Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, my gosh, it's Whoopi.
You know what? I got to tell you, it has been entertaining. Please let it end in actually something good, right? And what good would come of this is a proper reckoning of our media ecosystem, our political ecosystem. Putting people like Pelosi in jail for insider trading, making an example of her. Canceling people like The View for the literal hatred that they propagandize and sell to the people that they're trying to brainwash. And a resetting of sort of the table in this country for having an honest, open, and free discourse. Will The View ever hire like a Republican that voted for Trump? Like, wouldn't that be representative of women since Donald Trump won women by historic margins? Just a thought. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.